Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
Hey everyone, Sue here from 1A Auto, and today on our 03 Volvo V70, I'm going to show you and tell you what kind of bulbs go in for the headlight assembly and where they're located. If you need any parts for your car, click on the link below and head on over to 1aauto.com. We're going to open the hood. The hood latch location, the left leg kick panel. You reach in there, you feel a handle. See it? Just give it a pull. Open the hood. Latch is located in the center. And we're going to remove the front top clips here. I've got some missing, but that's what happens when you have used cars. So I'm going to take my plastic clips out. Just like that. That is dry. There's several missing, but over here someone put a bolt in, so let's see what this is. You might not have this set up, because it looks like this has been replaced aftermarket already. Now I'm going to raise and support my vehicle, and I'm going to use a 2-post lift. You can use jack and jack stands at home. I've got to remove the bumper trim piece. I'm going to use a body tool. I'm going to try to get in here and separate it. There we go. And then you'll see some mounting bolts. We've got one here. Someone put a wood screw in over here. This is going to be a fun little journey together. I'm going to take this side out. There we go. There's another wood screw and a bolt. Now we can take the centerpiece, trim piece out. I'm going to just bend the license plate bracket just a hair. There we go. We can bend that back into place when we assemble that. So you shouldn't have this part, but I have to take these screws out. Someone has put wood screws in, or machine screws for some reason. We'll look at this as an adventure because I don't know what's underneath this bumper. Now we have to take the little headlamp assembly wiper arms off. And this is just like a regular wiper arm up here, up in the top of the car. You have this little plastic piece. You need to pull that out and expose the mounting nut. Let's see what size that is. It is an 8mm. Now let's see what happens here. Yeah, that's on there pretty good. I'm going to use a pair of locking pliers. That worked. So there it is. I'm going to let that hang. Do the same to the other side. That one came off. So I'm putting the pliers behind the arm and pressing down on the actual mounting stud. Next I'm going to remove these 2 mounting bolts in the front. It's a 12mm socket. Get this one. Now in the fender well, I'm on the driver's side. If I pull out, I can see a little Torx head right here. It's a T20. And like I said earlier, this car looks like it's been in an accident. There's a lot of things missing. So hopefully I can give you a general idea of where to go and places to disconnect. I have just noticed that someone wire tied the bottom part of this, so now I'm just going to have to cut that. Right down here seems to be a wire tie. I don't know if it's going to affect me yet. I think it is, because I think this piece stays in the fender well. So I'm going to cut that off. There we go. I'm going to give this a pull back and see what else I find. And there it is. I'm at this part here, and I'm going to try to hold on to the bumper. I'm going to disconnect this assembly that goes down to, looks like a sensor. Must be an ABS, it can't be an ABS sensor. I'm going to disconnect the wiper for the headlamp assembly washer hose. I'm just going to take a little small screwdriver and pry that hose right off. Set this wiper aside. Work my way over this side. Now I'm going to take the washer hose off of the wiper blade for the passenger side. I'm just going to place that up here for now. So I'm kind of holding the whole bumper on. And I have one more connector over here. Push in on that tab, that metal tab, push it in, and pull the connector out. Now we can place our bumper down. With a T25, I'm going to remove these two Torx bit heads on the side. This plastic piece holds the bumper on the cover and attaches it to the fender well. There's also a 12mm head socket right here, and there's a mounting bolt for this headlamp assembly underneath. That's why we have to take it off. There's a clip on the other side that's broken. There is 6 mounting bolts for this headlamp assembly. It's a 10mm socket. I'm going to take all 6 bolts out. The connector, part of this plastic connector, and the mount for the regulator for that little wiper arm is connected down here. So I do see a size difference here, and there's a washer difference. So I'm going to use the 2 ones with the big washers. Those were on that mounting piece. And this one without the big washer goes to the edge. Let's see what we get. So that looks like a longer bolt. So we know the longer bolts go on the outside. And let's see what we get up here. Yep. Looks like we can grab the assembly and pull it out. So I'm going to grab the outside blinker connector right here, push in on that metal tab, and pull it off the socket. We have the main harness connector, which is down on the bottom here. Push in on that metal tab and pull it out. Now we have the headlamp assembly removed. Low beam, I'm going to open it. Different style headlight. You've got a 2-prong connector here. We're going to just disconnect that, pull it off. Examine your connectors, make sure they're not on fire, have melted, got heated. Move that aside. And you have these 2 metal prongs that latch in. Push down on that ear and slide it over. Push down on this one, slide it over, bring the bar back, and you can just pull that bulb right out. And that's an H7 series, and that is the low beam. Replace it. You're going to line up that keyway with the flat spot. Place it right into the spot. Take your lock tabs, bring it over, lock it down by pushing down and bring it down into that upwards G. Looks like a little lock. Make sure it sits in place. Now I can reconnect my 2-prong connector. Line it up and push it down. Reassemble the cap. You can see the lock ears. There's 3 of them. There's 3 tabs there. Just line it right up, twist and lock. First thing I'm going to do is put my harness back on. You can see there's 2 wider notches and 2 smaller notches. You line them up to the actual connector. It'll click right on, and that metal bracket piece will lock itself in. Now I'm going to put the blinker on. Line that connector up, push it on, it snaps right in. There's 2 plastic ears on the top here. They're just going to slide right over the top. And then you can line up the actual mounting bolts right in place. Here's a little learning lesson. Before you do any of that, put the motor for the wiper blade in the back, because this has to go behind the plastic ears. There we go. So this has to be behind the actual headlight. Line those ears up. My mounting bolt mounts up there, lines up there, and these line up. I'm going to put the 2 top bolts in. So I started my 2 screws up on the top of the actual housing. I just started them by hand. And now I'm going to put the wiper motor. I'm going to attach this to that. Don't forget your plastic piece that goes upwards like this. And these bolts are the ones with the big washer. Let's see if we can line up. Let's get one started. And then let's get the back one started. I'm going to line that right up. With any luck, start the threads. And I won. One more mounting bolt, and then we can, 2 more, I'm sorry. 1 here and 1 over here, and then we can tighten everything up. This vehicle was in an accident, so trying to get everything to line up is, I've already done a little bit of my own body work on this, trying to fix the way it was put together. Let's snug her up. Tighten up the motor, the wiper motor. Now we have the plastic piece on the side here. We're just threading that in because I have to line up. There we go, they're lined up. Now I can tighten it. You still have the 2 top Torx bit screws on the top, don't forget. And let's make sure this is back all the way, same as the other side. The 2 shorter Torx bit screws go in the top. And that long one is going to go in there for the last piece that adjusts the bumper onto the fender well. This is a T25 Torx bit. I'm going to bring this in here, line it up inside the slider. That's what I want. I want to make sure it's started. I don't want to tighten it up because I want this to slide back as far as it can go. Here we go. We're going to put the front bumper back on. Line up that. We have to get the washer hose though to go through the slotted hole on both for the bumper cover. Find the end over here. There it is. Make sure you don't pinch it. There we go. Same on this side. So you want to put the washer hose through where the mount goes. The actual regulator goes through. And now we're going to line the bumper up with that guide. going to take the big bolt that goes in the center. I'm going to line one up here, grab the other one, put that in. Before I continue, because this hose has been routed the wrong way at some point due to the accident this car's been in, it keeps falling back through, so I'm going to disconnect my washer hose so that I can let that lay and hang free. Now I don't have to chase it again. So now my bumper is somewhat secured. Before I retighten it, I'm just going to put these connectors on. There's one on both sides, one over here. Same location. Okay, now I'm ready to lower it a little bit more, tighten this bumper up. When it comes to the fender well part of the bumper, this is the mechanism that works on a pulley system. Now it's all the way in, and there is a lip right here on the other side of the bumper cover. You can feel it. So you want to make sure that that lip is inside here, just like that. So it's lined up right there. Now I'm going to get my T25, and I'm going to turn this screw clockwise and see if I can pull that in. I'll see it will go right up into that groove. Yep, it's right in there, nice and tight. Now they obviously had some issues. They ripped the rivets out. They did quite a bit. And that's why they put that wood screw in here. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side right now. So I've lined this piece up. Even has a dent in it from the accident. Grab my T25. I'm going to push that flare piece in. And there it is, nice and tight. Let's see how it feels. It's cut right in there, right in the edge. I'm going to grab the bumper cover and I'm going to pull up firmly because I want it up as high as it can go. And I'm going to tighten down the only two mounting bolts I have in the front here. Let's do the same to this side. So I'm going to make sure that see, the hose is now free flow and it's not riding against that regulator arm. So if they turn on, they don't get rub the hose. Flatten that out. Take the mounting nut. Start it. That is an 8mm. Push the cover down. Do the same to the other side. Reconnect the hose. Bring it down inside. Make sure it's out of the way of that regulator. I want it lined up just right. This plastic cover, that's how it goes on. It's got two little cutout notches. So we're going to slide it right down in there. Let it click down. Right on. So now we're going to put the centerpiece on first because you can see how the outer edges overlap. So I flex the plate out of the way a little bit. Line up all those notches and just push it in. Let's take the plate off. Now you're going to line up the curvature part, or the part that's cut out. Do the same on this side. Straighten your plate out. Now I went and got some new push pins to replace the ones that were completely missing and the ones that blew apart. I'm putting the bottom parts of them in right now, lining them up, Pushing it down. This one already has a centerpiece in. You just push it down, it snaps into place. Line it up. It's got like an S shape to it. Line the S shape up, push it down. Put one more in the middle here. Perfect.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.